Welcome back to my channels. So, how do you respond to the question, tell me about yourself? It's a very simple question and a very technical question that several job applicants have come across while they, for their first interview. The question is as simple, but then could be very tricky and that question, the way you answer it might send some information to the hiring managers. So, when you are faced with a question, tell me about yourself. How do you respond to this question? How do you, what are the duties you provide while answering this question? And how do you also compose yourself? One, one of the simplest way to answer this question, because this very question does not really have a general standard answer. If I must be sincere with you, because in my experience as an HR and as an hiring manager, I will tell you that this question is not a question that have a precise answer, but there are general rules to these questions and the things that you are expected to answer or say while you respond to these questions. One of those things is your wealth of experience. The question is, tell me about yourself, or may we meet you? Some people I've heard they use the question, may we meet you? Your wealth of experience is all your background, the experience you have acquired during the course of working, professional experiences, and sometimes it could also be academic experience depending on the kind of job you applied to. So now you are asked to tell me about yourself. The simple thing you should do is my name. You could start with your name if allowed, but it's not mandatory because they already know your name. Because when you come in, you say, "Oh, hi, are you Patience? Yes, I'm Patience. Oh, nice to meet you. So, may I meet you?" So, you could say, "My name is," you might not necessarily say, My name is." So, rather, I am a licensed human resource professional. I've worked across several sectors across the globe. In my years of working, I've been able to hire over 4 to 10,000 people, employee. I've been able to manage a global company. I've done this, I've done that. During my course of working as an HR manager, I've been able to solve this problem. I've been able to solve that problem. I increased the headcount of the company. I was able to retain the workforce and reduce the attrition rate. Or you just keep saying things that you have achieved on the job. Do not say my age is, I was born in 1940. I attend social high school. Fine, you could also add your education at the middle and round it up, you know. And the most important thing you should also use to conclude all those discussion is simply like you could say, I applied for this job because I know I'm very competent and I know I have the skills that you require for this job, because I studied the job description before I put in for the application, and I know I'm going to be an added value to this organization if I'm choosing during this interview. Also, I intend to work long for an organization and to contribute to that organization. It's an opportunity for you to sell yourself out there. So it's not an opportunity for you to tell them that you are the only child of your mother or your father, or your mom is a peasant or this or that. Then also, like I told you, there are different recruiters and there are different hiring manager and they are human beings. So therefore, biasness is something that you cannot really eradicate. Even if we preach that the human resources department, they should try to take away bias, like mostly the ons and the allo, like you want someone that is like you, but then humans are the one handling this thing, therefore their bias might still come to play. But nevertheless, do your own job, say things that are professionally aligned to the job, and sum it up with you having the interest of the organization at heart, and also tip it up with the information that you have done your due diligence, you have checked, you have studied the organization, you know about them. So bring out for instance, say, oh, why you talking like, oh, and I'm also aware that you are into the production of cocoa and you are the best company that produce cocoa in United States. These are the things that attracted me to your company. You could also say something like, if you have studied your manager or your reporting line, you could bring out some little things from there and add it up, two sheets, and not just say something that would sell you, because you are selling yourself at that point. And also be aware that there are some organizations that also watch out for the way you speak your English. Not all companies, but there are several companies. This purpose to some organization, why you are saying tell me about yourself, is to hear, they want to hear you speak and understand if you can speak proper English and articulate words, pronounce words properly, and be able to create some sentences. So you should be a little bit mindful of how you pronounce some words. And then in conclusion, to summarize this live video, one secret I will always tell job seeker or applicants is that there is no one single rule. So the best thing to do is to, if you have the luxury of chance, find out about your hiring manager. Personally, for someone like me, if I'm the hiring manager, there are some things that I do not put into consideration. One, I don't discriminate against assets and so many things, because those ones are contrary to the government and to the law. And secondly, there are so many things I will not put into consideration. But what I will be looking for is someone who is an organizational fit, and someone who can add value to that company, and someone who can stay on the long run, and someone who will be very productive, and someone, who is self-motivated, someone that will not lose interest when they start the job. So that is what I will be looking out for. But there are some recruiters that look out for so many other things that ideally they are not supposed to be looking out for that, but then that's what it is. And probably that is also the decision or the taste of the business owner. Because as a consultant, I might be recruiting for different companies, and this particular client have told me I need people that speaks with Britain accent. So therefore, I might be looking out for clients or employees that suit her. So why there are some companies who might be multinationals and global companies who do not really have time for that, but this is what they want. So sometimes you don't blame the recruiter, it is what the client is looking for. And also, while you sell yourself, your charisma and the way you sit down to some people or to some recruiter or hiring manager, it might also mean a lot to them, because we've heard so many theories about how people come into the banking hall for interview. They do not need to turn their back to close the door. So many things. So it depends on who you are dealing with. But one thing is that study the organization, study the employees, study the hiring manager. If you can have a glance of who the hiring manager is, you can go on LinkedIn, put the name of the person on Twitter or on Facebook. You understand their kind of nature, and that will also help you to prepare if it's a company that you would really want to work in. And it will also enable you to prepare to their standard when you go for this interview. So I wish you all the best. Tell me about yourself. May we meet you? These are the same questions. Please, it's an opportunity for you to be able to sell yourself and tell them the interesting thing about your work achievement, what you have achieved over the time, and what you are coming to contribute to their organization. In other words, in quote, what you should know right now is that the major thing that this this tell me about yourself is just for you to what, tell them about your wealth of experience, tell them about their organization, what you have known about their organization, tell them about what you are bringing to their organization. So and tell them, because most times most company also try to see if he's an employee that would stay with them. So try to sell yourself in a very positive way. Don't forget to join me on these channels once again. So this is HR and management with Patience Imade Iore. Thank you for joining me today. Share this video to those that need it, and also follow and subscribe. Thank you.